Hello, my name is Abby and I am the Talking Book Librarian. Thank you for joining us for our book talk series. These videos will be recorded and out on the Indiana State Library's YouTube channel, as well as the Talking Book Facebook page. The purpose of these book talks is to provide book ideas for book clubs and to include questions for you to answer for yourself or in a book club setting. These videos will remain online forever, so you can decide to read these books whenever you'd like. If you are interested in this book or any of the others, give the Talking Book employees a call at 800-622-4970. And feel free to pause the video at any time in order to answer any of the questions or to discuss further. The book we will be discussing today is The Midnight Library by Matt Haig. And I have some slides prepared. So let me just start there. So this is this title slide, The Midnight Library by Matt Haig. I'm so sorry. So the overview of the Midnight Library is somewhere out beyond the edge of the universe, there is a library that contains an infinite number of books, each one the story of another reality. One tells the story of your life as it is, along with another book for the other life you could have lived if you made a different choice at any point in your life. While we all wonder how our lives might have been, what if you had the chance to go to the library and see for yourself? Would any of these other lives truly be better? Nora Seed finds herself faced with this decision, faced with the possibility of changing her life for a new one, following a different career. I'm so sorry. Ignore that. Okay. Undoing old breakups, realizing her dreams of becoming a glaciologist, she must search within herself as she travels throughout the Midnight Library to decide what is truly fulfilling in life and what makes it worth living in the first place. And then let me see if I can get to the next slide. I am struggling today. There we go. About the author, here there's a picture of Matt Haig there. And Matt Haig, he is an author for children and adults. His memoir, Reasons to Stay Alive, was a #1 bestseller, staying in the British top 10 for 46 weeks. His children's book, A Boy Called Christmas, was a runaway hit and is translated in over 40 languages. It is being made into a film starring Maggie Smith, Sally Hawkins, and Jim Broadbent, and The Guardian called it an instant classic. His novels for adults include the award-winning How to Stop Time, The Radleys, The Humans, and the #1 bestseller, The Midnight Library. He has sold over 3 million books worldwide. And now we're going to get into the discussion questions, if it'll let me. Maybe. There we go. Discussion questions. Let's start with Nora at the beginning of the novel. Nothing is going right for her, and she feels like her life is already so full of so many regrets. Why did Nora feel this way? Why do you think she felt she had no other option but suicide? Question 2. If you somehow ended up in a place like the Midnight Library, how do you think you would handle it? Would you want to see all the different outcomes that your life could have taken, or maybe not? Question 3. Nora goes to so many different realities, from marrying her ex-boyfriend to studying glaciers. Which alternate reality did you find the most interesting? Every time Nora goes to one of these realities, there's usually a lot of good, but also something bad. Whether it's her brother dying in the Rockstar storyline, or her mother passing away alone when Nora kept going with swimming. What do you think the author was trying to say there with how each of these concepts had huge consequences? Let's talk about Nora's relationship with the real-life Mrs. Elm. Why was this such a significant relationship for her? Throughout the novel, Nora realizes how people blamed her for their own shortcomings, and that the different realities she chose were based on hoping for a better outcome for her loved ones. Let's talk about the significance of Nora realizing this. How did it help her move forward with her own life? and choose happiness for herself. What did you think about the storyline where Nora marries Ash and has a daughter? Why wasn't she able to stay in this alternate reality? Will things be different for Nora going forward? What happens next for her? Or what do you think might happen next? Did this story make you feel differently about your own life? Why or why not? Mrs. Elm gives Nora the chance to undo her regrets. If you could undo your regrets, would you? Would it have a good impact, or would it be like Nora's story where everything always is a little bit off? Why do you think Nora blamed everyone else for her unhappiness? How did this lead to her downfall? Let's discuss Nora's family. What did you think of her relationship with her brother? Do you think she was self-sabotaging the relationship? What do you think Matt Haig meant when he wrote, "Want is an interesting word. It means lack. Sometimes if we fill that lack with something else, the original want disappears entirely." When do you think Nora decided she really actually wanted to live? One of the major themes of this novel is regret. Do you think that regret hangs around with you forever, as Matt Haig alludes to in this book? Or do you think that we can get over our regrets and move past them? Let's talk about how Nora's character progresses throughout the book. What are the biggest lessons she learns? What do you think makes for a fulfilling life? And that is all of the discussion questions. I know I kind of went through them a little bit fast, but those questions are from the epicbooksociety.com. They have some for the Midnight Library, as well as Book Club Chat. And they also have a Midnight Library little tab that you can pull up questions on. And then I was going to provide a few of my own thoughts about the book. I read this book a couple of months ago over the summer, so it's not as fresh as they usually are in my mind, but I definitely remember this book. I don't think I'm going to forget it. Um, in the nicest way possible. It was such a weird book, but like weird and wonderful. I never have really read a time traveling book where a person can go into alternate lifetimes. But it was really interesting, and I definitely understood what Matt Haig was trying to say about living and living with regrets and moving past them, and becoming your own person and being happy with your choices. I thought that was an interesting take on all of it. I've never, like I said, I've never read a book like this before, so it's definitely going to stay with me. I thought it was fun. I liked it, and if you like it, you should definitely read it too. And of course, do this book club. And that's really all I have for you today. The takeaway is it's a good book. It's a weird one, but stick with it. It's definitely worth it. I will see everybody back around January. We'll be putting up another video. And then I believe we're doing the Lincoln Highway by Amore Towels. So be on the lookout for that, and I will see you guys later. Thank you so much.